What's up, everybody? Nate Sarantino here, back with another episode of the Freethinkers Emergence Podcast. And today, kind of going off the last topic of the last episode, we got the growth process of like the individual and the soul, and where you start to enter self-contradiction through learning new things, whatever it may be. Gaining knowledge is gonna make you contradict your past beliefs. Once you are in like court or some kind of like case, whatever it may be, you have like the defendant and a prosecutor, and there's always going to be someone saying whatever they're pleading not guilty, and there's someone like trying to prosecute them for whatever they did, and you'll say things as a defendant to like not like incriminate yourself, and you want to make sure that like you have like your knowledge down, and that's where it comes down. If like you're lying and you're still trying not to incriminate yourself, you might end up saying something that actually contradicts what you did or what you know. And the same goes for like a prosecution. They might say something that contradicts themselves. And as both sides bring new evidence to the case, you're gonna grow closer towards the truth. And the truth is built on evidence. And moving into a world that is built off of like learning from past mistakes and trying to make the future better, when we have people in the highest up positions of society covering up history to control the narrative, to control the people. As you have realized by now, if you're listening to this, hopefully, that the people who control history control the future, because you can't actually have an idea of what's going to happen if you don't know what happened in the past from the same thing. It's all about pattern recognition. This is how the subconscious works, and this is how the conscious works. This is how everything works. Everything is patterns. So when you're going through life and you have a pattern that like you think is going to appear, and something new comes up that contradicts that pattern, you have to take that in and carefully analyze it to figure out where it fits in the pattern. And if your pattern, all of a sudden you find a whole spot in the middle of it where there's a big chunk that was missing, you have to add that in. Like, you can't just say, oh, this didn't happen. Like, it's a part of it. Like, now, like, the whole story makes sense. Like, if you add that part in that was missing, now you'll be able to go down the line from the beginning and see, does it actually make sense? Logically, does this make sense? If, like, A, then B, then C, then D, well, now you understand how A got to D in the first place. Obviously, there was B and C in the middle. And that's the point. Like, you're going to learn things that might contradict what your beliefs may be or what your values are, whatever it may be, from A to D, from learning things about B and C in the middle. And the goal here is to learn, grow, and actually have foundation to whatever it is that you believe, that you hold as a value, whatever it may be. You should be able to argue behind your points. And this is the key to becoming a free thinker. I'm not telling you what to believe or what to do here. I'm telling you that it's all connected. Everything is one, and that no matter how you go up, all roads lead home, and the highest home you can have is the truth. When you hit the truth, you're gonna be at an authentic vibration where you are being your authentic self. You are living in your skin as you were meant to be living. Like, the idea that we were all made in the image of God coming out of the Bible, it like to me, it's way deeper than just like we were created in his image. It's that like we were all made to be exactly who we are, and it's learning how to live as like the person you are, with the body you were given, with the blood you have, with like your genetics. Like, you need to learn how to handle it and then learn how to upgrade it and make it better. And throughout life, it's a growth process. And if you're not growing, you're dying. And the only way to grow is to go through pain. Like, the level of pain you're going through is either a measure of growth or death. It's a measure of change, in a simple way of putting it. And you're always going to be moving up or down. And sometimes you have to take a couple steps down to move 5 steps forward. And the only way you'll move down is if you contradict whatever it is that you had before. And now it's like, well, now I'm questioning everything. And like, I'm like, well, what's true and what's not true? And that's where you think for yourself, and you learn more, you study, you get knowledge. And once you have knowledge, you have foundation. And once you have foundation, you can actually build the house of knowledge, the house of core beliefs, the house of who you are as a person, and why you are the way you are, why you do the things you do. All this starts with like this growth and foundation of knowledge, and contradicting what you once believed with the new knowledge. Be like, if you can't if someone brings up like a contradicting belief to what you have, and you just shut it down for the sake of saying that can't be true, you haven't done enough research into what you're doing. Because you should be able to convince this other person that both things can coexist. Everything has to be able to coexist. It's like light and dark. They'll always coexist. Where there is an absence of light, there will be dark. And without knowing that there is light, you cannot know that there is dark. It's like, you need to have both. Like, you, in comparison, like, you can't understand what good is without bad, and you can't understand what bad is without good. And it's like everything is going to have like a form of polarity. It's going to have a contradiction. Somewhere in the middle, you're going to meet, and you're going to form like a barrier of like energy that like evolves into truth. And it really is the way it is. Like, there's always going to be contradiction. And it's all about learning how to coexist and move together upwards. You don't need to like kill each other. You don't need to fight each other. Like, coexisting is going to be the only way that humanity moves forward. And it all starts with learning how to contradict your own beliefs internally. You're gonna need to contradict whatever it is inside of you with yourself before you start contradicting it with other people. If you haven't questioned why you believe the things you believe in, then you should. There's no way to know that you're believing in something you genuinely believe in without doing so. It's like, I went to religious classes growing up because my parents wanted me to have a foundation that they thought was good. They took me to CCD classes. It's in the Catholic religion. I didn't actually find a relationship with the one that I believe to be God until I went through addiction and felt like I was on my deathbed and realized that, wow, I made all these mistakes, and I was talking to that voice in my head, and it said, like, you get another chance. You just have to make the right decisions this time. And if you keep making the wrong decisions, it's going to cost you your life. And that's where it comes down to, like, that voice of God in your head that's telling you, like, what's right versus what's wrong. Like, we all have it. We all have that internal dialogue. We all understand what is good versus what is bad. And you have people around you who act as role models. You have people who are around you who act as the opposite of role models, who show you what not to do. And you need to take in all of this information, as in all these examples, and sort through what you agree with and what you don't agree with. And it all goes back down to spreading love, knowledge, and positivity, speaking the truth, being fearless, limitless, and unstoppable. You just, like, continue to grow. Don't be afraid to contradict yourself. Don't be afraid to push past those limiting beliefs. Don't be afraid to do some research into something that you never thought would be what you would like. Like, I never thought I'd work at a car dealership, and now I'm on my way to selling BMWs, and I'm so excited about it. Yet I still want to finish my degree and go the college route. It's just like I'm so far to the left right now, and I still want to go back to the right at some point and finish that. As like, I want to do so many things in my lifetime, and yes, I have to pick and choose, but I was able to contradict my beliefs of college is the only way by going to do something else. And then I also was able to contradict my beliefs by saying college is not for me by going to community college and going to UVM and realizing, wow, I actually really like it here. I just can't afford to do this at the time. It's all about like doing things that you don't think you want to do and just seeing how it goes, learning about it, doing some research into it. It all just comes down to knowledge. It really always will come down to knowledge, having foundation, and then building upon that foundation. Just keep on building, keep on growing, keep on becoming better. And when you start looking for ways to put yourself in pain and grow, that's when you actually start finding ways to become better. If you're not in states of uncomfortability, you should start looking for it, as the comfort levels are where dreams die. Whatever your comfort level is right now, you should find a way to get out of it. And I promise you, you won't regret it. That's all I got. This keep on pushing and stay resilient, and you will make it too. Thank you for listening. My name is Nate Sarantino, and this was the Freethinkers Emergence Podcast.